What is up, Professor Akali Nation? I'm your host, Professor Akali. No, but seriously, that was definitely cringe. But anyways, yeah, this is going to be a new type of video in which we showcase news around League of Legends, especially this NUNU Rework leak that has recently came out, on top of reworks that are scheduled to come, things you guys might have missed, like the Lissandra rework, the mini rework with the new frozen bomb, and stuff like that. So yeah, without wasting any more time, let's get right into it. If you enjoy these types of videos and you want to see more, leave a like so I'll keep you guys updated. And yeah, let's get right into it. So first things first, really quick, let's just recap this. I'm not going to go over all of it, but if you haven't seen the champion roadmap, they talked about a NUNU rework. I'll leave a link to it in the description if you guys want to check it out for yourself. But yeah, they basically stated that they want to let NUNU keep his identity of him keeping consume, but you know, they still want to completely rework the rest of him. Pretty much that's the TLDR of that. Also, they mentioned Ezreal is getting a small rework on his W. And yeah, other than that, you have the Kale and Morgana rework. They haven't really mentioned too much about it, but they are going to be reworking them together, it looks like. Obviously, to update them, because Kale, it needs a rework. She's a pretty terrible, boring, and linear champion that is, yeah, all those things. And with Morgana, it's kind of the same situation. She takes a little bit more skill, but really everything is so linear, if that makes sense. But yeah, they need to be reworked to make them more fun and interactive. So those are the things that I think everyone already knows about. I will leave a link to this champion roadmap in the description. So yeah, that's that, and let's move on to the stuff that you probably didn't know. So the next thing is that Lissandra is getting a new and offensive passive. I actually saw a writer post about this on Twitter, but I couldn't find the tweet, so we're just gonna take this article and read it instead. So basically, a writer made a tweet, Riot Medler. He pretty much was just talking about how he wanted to change Lissandra because her passive, which lets her, you know, cast a spell for no mana, like, that's cool and all, but it's really just an in-lane thing. Obviously, you get Rod of Ages most of the time. From what I've seen, good Lissandras get good, even though there's, you know, not that many. Maybe there's one of them or two of them. But yeah, usually, you know, that passive is pretty much worthless. They wanted to get rid of the part where she saves mana, so they says Riot is looking into giving her something a little bit more useful. So her passive will keep the name Iceborne, but will do the following instead. When a champion Lissandra has damage within the last 3 seconds dies, they become a frozen statue. Frozen statues slow nearby enemies by 30%. After 2.5 seconds, the frozen statues shatter, dealing X plus a Y AP ratio magic damage to nearby enemies. Basically, what it's saying is, instead of the enemy champions that you kill as Lissandra turning into a corpse and just dying, they now become frozen statues. Any of the enemies that run nearby the enemy champion's corpse, or the frozen statues, they'll be slowed, and after 2.5 seconds, they will blow up pretty much like a frozen bomb, and it will deal base damage plus a AP ratio damage. And obviously, as someone who likes to do tons of damage on the champions I play, I think that this is going to be really, really cool. I'm glad they decided to do this because it does seem a little dumb, in a sense, to have that passive that just gives you, you know, 0 mana cost. It kind of seems pointless, especially since every other champion has such great passives. So good on Riot for deciding to completely just rework this altogether. They figure she's still, you know, she's Lissandra, she still has her niche, but this is going to be definitely a good, well, great actually, rework to her passive. So this should make Lissandra way more than a press R and lead champion during teamfights. Agreed. She might be able to go a little bit more tankier now. I'm not exactly sure how she's going to play out. I think she's still going to go full AP, but you know, that's for the pros to decide, so let's move on to the next thing. Alright guys, so the next thing we have is the NUNU Rework visual leak. Basically, in case you didn't already know, NUNU is scheduled to be the next champion to get a full rework, a full VGU. Pretty much they're changing the entire champion. There's pretty much no trace of the old champion except for her core, his or her core spells. So yeah, they're completely reworking NUNU. And yeah, it appears that someone on the Brazilian Riot team actually leaked his rework. I don't know how you could be so dumb as to leak a rework. I mean, that would take a very special kind of donkey. Definitely some stupid person must have done it. But yeah, in this Reddit post, someone said, "Hey, LOL Brazil posted for a few seconds a link to his rework. Although it's down now, we could see his appearance, and this is going to be the art." So pretty much, as you can see, there is no trace of the old NUNU. He's very different now. He has 4 arms instead of 2. It doesn't look like it's that little Yeti guy. There's actually a higher quality picture down here. Let me just go straight to that. Here it is. So yeah, this is a way better picture, and it's just like, where's the Yeti guy? Where's the snowball thrower? You know what I mean? But yeah, so this is going to be the new NUNU, and obviously with the VGU, the full rework, all of, I guess, their skins, because it's 2 people, are going to be updated. So that should be pretty awesome. And actually, crazy enough, there was a video you could have clicked on if you clicked on this article, and you could have seen everything. But apparently no one recorded it because it was only up for a few seconds. They couldn't download it. So that writer got really lucky, I guess, unless it's somewhere deep in the internet, which I've been looking for. It's not, honestly. It's really not. So that writer got lucky. He didn't pull a me and fully leak the champion, just the art. I don't think that's a big deal, I guess. So yeah, that's going to be that. And yeah, guys, for our next story, we have Riot Meddler's tweet about possible balance changes, including Annie, Garen, Yorick, and Rek'Sai. They're also working on what it's like playing against Zoe because everyone hates it. I've actually tweeted about it before, saying this is the only thing that's ever made me want to quit League of Legends, ever, so badly. I literally hate playing against Zoe so much. Not memeing or anything. That's like a standard thing these days to hate Zoe. They're also working on defaulting to Smite for junglers soon. I don't know what that means, but they're doing it. They're also working on better on my way pings. So that's good. So yeah, I can pretty much tell you guys that Garen is very likely to get nerfed. I'm not sure about Annie, Yorick, and Rek'Sai. I believe Annie would get a small buff. Yorick, I'm not sure, and Rek'Sai, I'm not sure. But I can pretty much say that Garen will be nerfed, Annie will be buffed. In the near future, obviously we're in 8.15 right now, so it will be not this next patch, but the following one. So yeah, that is going to be that, and I will leave a link to this in the description as well. And for our final story, we have some pretty crazy changes to runes altogether, as well as a heal summoner spell and a few different champions, but this is not set in stone yet. This is on the PBE. Really quick though, just one thing to mention, because these are all just balance changes, but one thing to mention is that Leona can pretty much have 100% uptime on her W now, which gives her a ton of armor and MR, I believe. So yeah, with 40% CDR, I think it's almost up the whole time, so that could be really cheesy. Just wanted to throw that out there. But yeah, let's go down to heal on top of everything else. And if you want to see these balance changes, obviously I will leave a link to it in the description. So yeah, you can check it out for yourself. But yeah, as you can see, heal has been lowered from 270-second cooldown to 240. What does that mean exactly? It just means that 80 carries are a little bit stronger. Heal is a little bit stronger for mid lane, and that's pretty much it. No one else would probably take it. But more importantly, right under that, you have some pretty massive changes. Electrocute has been heavily nerfed, honestly. And while it's not a terrible change for lane because the cooldown has been lowered a lot, because it went from 50 to 25 seconds to 25 to 20. Basically, early game, it's half the cooldown. Late game, it's a little bit less. You can see that the damage has gone down significantly. 50 to 220 damage base to 30 to 180 damage base. That's 20 level 1, 40 level 18 damage you lose. The scaling has gone down a good amount. 10% less AD scaling, 5% less AP scaling. Obviously, late game Electrocute is a huge help to kill the essential target. If you're playing an assassin, you want to kill the one main target usually. And this is going to suck. This truly will suck for Zed, Talon, Akali, pretty much the main champions that use Electrocute to help them get in, maybe trade 1-for-1 or just kill the AD carry and get out. So it sucks for them. Also, they did decide to nerf Cheap Shot a lot early game. That hurts. Rest in peace. I mean, I play Akali, so I don't really care. But anyways, Sudden Impact has also been unfortunately nerfed hard. This is so good on Akali because it's not one or the other. It's not lethality bonus or magic pen bonus. It's both. And that is so good for hybrids. And no, it's not so good for hybrids. I'm still going to take it on Akali, but it's just not as good as anymore. Also, they nerfed Airy a little bit. Actually, a fair amount early game. There's crazy amounts of offensive keystone nerfs. Celerity has been nerfed very heavily, actually. Scorch has also been nerfed a lot. What the heck? They really just want you to like take more trades, and it's kind of forcing you to be more aggressive. I'm gonna scroll up out of that. It's forcing you to be more aggressive, these changes. You can take more trades, and I kind of like what they're thinking with this. I really do think that it can make League of Legends more fun in lane. So we'll just have to see. Honestly, as an Akali main who pretty much uses Electrocute and Sudden Impact religiously, don't really mind. I don't really mind too much. Because it's gonna affect everyone that, not just Akali. It's gonna affect every champion. So we'll have to see how the meta changes, if it does. And yeah, guys, I guess that is going to be it for this video. I hope you enjoyed. I wanted to keep you guys up to date because I'm literally on Twitter and Reddit and League of Legends website and everything, all day, every day. So I figure I can make these types of videos just to keep you guys updated as well. If you enjoyed, please be sure to leave a like, subscribe if you're new to the channel. Tons of new content coming out soon. And yeah, guys, I hope you have a good rest of your day, and I'll see you in a new video. Peace.